Awards. She's been nominated and won. So, my first guest tonight is an award-winning gospel singer. She's been nominated for Best Single at the Gospel Entertainment Music Awards. She's been nominated and won the Best Gospel Singer at the Oasis Music Awards. In 2007, the Black Women in Arts Group presented her with their Nina Simone Inspirational Artist of the Year Award at their annual Jazz Awards. Her voice has opened up for some incredible names, including Alexandra O'Neill, Aswad, Frankie Beverley and Mays. I love them. And the inspirational and motivational speaker Isla Van Zandt. She's also supported Jazzy B. I mean, her vocals have been called upon to feature on so many different artist tracks. Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds album, and this year she's opening up and supporting Tidra Moses and Marcia Griffiths this year, as I mentioned. So, welcome to the scene, Adelaide Mackenzie! We've got a studio full of musicians, singers, backing vocalists, fans, managers, you name it. We love an entourage. Welcome to the scene, Adelaide.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on. I have obviously known about you for years, because when you're in the music industry, there's no way you don't know who Adelaide Mackenzie is. But before we get into that conversation, please, can I ask you to introduce yourself and tell us which of London's cultural tribes you represent?
Okay, I represent the Yummy Mummy tribe, the Simply Me tribe, the I Love Singing tribe, the Caribbean tribe, the Windrush Generation tribe, the Old School tribe, the Cassette Playing tribe. I represent the Brit School tribe, the Black Girl Rock tribe, the Big Earrings tribe.
The earrings are big.
Yeah. The Kingdom tribe, the Jesus tribe, the Love Up tribe, the Ruach tribe, the Bless Up tribe, the Afro Hair tribe, the Brixton tribe, SW8 tribe, the Open Mic tribe, the Blessed Souls tribe, the LandmarkWorldwide.com tribe, the Powerful Healing tribe, the Queening tribe, the I Love Singing, I said it already, the South London tribe, the African Fabric tribe, the I Love My Family tribe, the Daddy Girls tribe, the Plantain Not Plantain tribe, the Blessed Souls tribe.
Hey, good job, Adelaide Mackenzie, singer extraordinaire.
Thank you.
Welcome to the scene. Are you a born and bred Londoner?
I am.
Tell us which part of London you're from and how it's shaped you, because I believe that every part of London shapes us to being who we are, our personalities, the way we dress.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That really does. I remember I used to get some clothes from the charity shop in Greenwich, because I also went to Greenwich at one point, and Tooting and Mitcham, and I've lived in Brixton and Stockwell. All my life it's been South London, South East, South West, and it really has cultured me in a way where I can get on with anybody, any generation. But when I was in Greenwich, it was so busy down there. All the tourists would always come down, and I'd be like, okay, the tour guide, and then I'd be like the friendly Adelaide, and then I just went to Stockwell Infant School and to Greycoat School in Westminster, South London. So it's just always been a great experience to come from the raw wow, anything can go in Brixton.
South
yeah,
London
anything can happen
there.
in Brixton.
Are you old enough to remember when taxis didn't like to go south of the river?
I am old enough when a lot of people used to get off the Victoria line before they went to Brixton, which is so funny, you know. Everybody's going to disappear
But things
now.
have changed. South London is
Yeah.
so trendy now.
Yeah.
It's regenerated. You've got fancy places. Peckham's completely different to when I remember it.
Exactly. And it's just extraordinary about the vibrancy and that everybody can just be free, and they're all time of night. Everywhere's West End right now in South London. Clapham, big it up. Yeah.
And how and when did you fall in love with music?
Wow. When I heard so much music on my uncle is a dancer, and my mum and dad, they always loved reggae music and rare groove. And then when once upon a time when I saw like Luther Vandross and Whitney Houston and then who else did I see? I saw Alexandra O'Neill. I was like, I can do that. I just love singing. And also the dub plates, you know, dub plates from Jamaica. People make up songs. So I was always making up songs, and I'd go to school and make up songs about people. Some of them didn't like it. Some of them did. Some of them laughed. But I'm really, really talented. So life was just a musical to me. And I even sang and starred in Jackie and the Beanstalk, which was an adaptation, and I was wonderful. I was amazing. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
So you mentioned your Jamaican roots.
Yeah.
How have you managed to keep your Jamaican roots as an influence in your music growing?
I think by music. One thing about Jamaica is that they always have a remix for everything. Anybody that knew, like every time an R&B track came out or a pop song or a Mariah Carey song came out,
in a
they would
reggae
always
style.
remix it. So you always knew that you could sing along. Everyone can sing along to something. Like you got Kofi at the moment that's just done one great track.
She's incredible.
Well, lots of tracks, but her tracks have got like that nursery rhyme edge where anybody can sing along. And for me, that's what it's all about. It's about how can anybody connect to the music, and Jamaican music does that, and that's how it's influenced me as well. It's really influenced me to just keep growing into the vibes, and Bob Marley's been such a great inspiration as well. So yeah, I think that's definitely how it's scoped me and influenced my music throughout. So Daily Process was the first album, and he had a really strong lead track called Daily Process with a reggae big, right? So and I went, oh yeah. So you could hear like that's the vibes, you know. So it's always threaded out, you know. And patois as well. I know you said about how his music influenced me, but also patois is something. I don't speak it really great as my mummy and my daddy, and they don't understand me sometimes either. But it's really influenced me. And can you see how it's so influential in the culture today as well?
Listen, I once wrote an article in the Voice newspaper where I said if it wasn't for black culture, but specifically Jamaican, then this country, Great Britain, would not have its pop culture.
Yeah.
And I made loads of lists about how I've seen it. Because remember, no one can say to me, you're biased, because I'm not black and I'm not white. Like, I see myself as being the brown person in the middle, right? I grew up in Harlesden and Southall.
Yeah.
I've always lived around West London. So I'm the observer.
Yeah.
You guys have allowed me and adopted me into your culture. And I can see how everything Jamaican has impacted, whether it's the way we speak, the slanguage, the way we dress, the sound of the music, everything literally comes from that little island.
The food.
Oh, the food, come on. People were doing Jamaican food from, I don't know, way back when.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even stop there. So what was your first break, your first big break in the music industry? Because lots of people are like, I was a kid, I liked music, my mum and dad played music. What was it that catapulted you to your first big break?
I would say is when my dad believed in me and got me into the studio with someone called Jesse Green. And my dad was like, I was like, Dad, I want to do a record before I'm 18, vinyl record. And he got me in the studio, and that was like a break for me. That was like, this is real. I can actually sing and actually get to listen to it back. I can make records. And that was a real big break for me, because I was going to the Brit School, and someone was like, "You did it," and I was like, "Yeah, I did it, yeah." And it was really great that my dad just consistently has believed in me, even to this day, and my mum as well, where they support me. And I think that so long as they've always supported me as a roots. And then there was a time when I was going to give up music, because I was like, there's no break here.
Was that after you went to the Brit school?
Yes, it was after, when because I got pregnant as well before I left.
Uh-oh.
And I also worked in the BPI for a little while.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was a bit put off by the music industry. It was like, it definitely music industry before it went digital, before everybody was merging, all the record companies. So I've always observed as well. And I was just like, no, I can't fit in. I'm not going to fit in. And
do you think things have changed now? Is it different?
Things is really changing. You know, look, I want to give respect and big up to Mickey D. You know, who signed up.
In the music industry, yeah.
Warner, when he was at Warner Brothers, he really pulled through lots of acts. So I didn't have a big breakthrough there, but Darkest at the moment, Darkest Beast, Island, really great that the culture's coming through, the black music culture's really coming through.
The internet's changed everything, hasn't it? Before there were gatekeepers at record labels. The internet meant where everyone can have a little production studio in their bedrooms. You don't have to rely on those gatekeepers anymore. But I want to ask you about what it was like being at the Brit school.
Yeah,
because it is the Brits next week on Tuesday. I mean, I was so gutted that I couldn't go to the Brits. It was my dream to be in a school like Fame. What was it like? Was it everything I imagine it would be?
There was moments when it was good. There's moments when it was bad, and there was moments when it was ugly. Like
what?
Like
I need examples. Come on, without
man.
slandering anyone or getting in trouble.
Even some guys were a bit bitchy, man. I shouldn't say that on here.
No swearing, but carry on. But what was it like going to that school as a student? You know, because it was like
it was like growth. Anything you want, I want to pick up Arthur Bolton. Like anything you wanted to do, you had access to do it at the time. Singing in the studio, singing in the canteen, going into media studies, getting into behind the camera.
And it's nurtured so much talent.
Yeah,
I mean,
imaging.
Look at the people. Adele, I mean, the biggest artist in the world, arguably.
Yeah, Flowetry, who's on my album as well. And it's really nurtured, and it's also nurtured some executives as well. And you know, record companies will come in there all day long and get ideas from us. So,
they do a lot of great work at the Brit School. And then you did eventually set up something called Blessed Souls. Is it blessed or blessed?
I say Blessed Souls.
In my head, I say blessed, but then I thought, I wonder if she says blessed.
Say whatever way you want.
It's Blessed Soul UK. So that's when I first heard of you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
All right, so when I was doing Fridge Bar every Tuesday night, we would do an open mic with the Stone Jam band. It was just amazing, making up songs. I also started to go around to different events, and there was also, I started to go around different events, and I wanted to share that event with people in my area. So I would like have Yolanda Brown come up, the saxophonist will come up and test it in my ends, and then I'll take it out where it's a platform for anyone to come and just be nurtured. Because so many people would come up to me when I did my first album and say, Adelaide, how do you do it? How do you do it? And I was like, okay, let's see if you can even sing into a crowd. Because one of the things I realized at Brit School is that I had the hindsight that live music would have to be the way forward. You'd have to, as an artist, you have to connect with an audience, which I love doing. And I especially love doing it because when I did 291 Club,
I remember the 291 Club.
I had
the Empire.
Yeah.
Very brutal. If you weren't very good, they'd sweep you off the stage. But we're going to experience you live, aren't we?
We're going to experience me live, and that's why I have this Blessed Souls where anyone can come and bless up the mic, and Omo's going on to do it. Kelly LaRock, so much great, fabulous artists, Donny. So I'm really grateful.
And lots of the acts that you've had at Blessed Souls have actually appeared on ITV's The Voice show, haven't they?
And so that's One Mobos.
A great platform for future talent.
Absolutely.
Well, let's listen to the person who set up Blessed Souls UK. Adelaide Mackenzie, what are you going to perform for us?
I'm going to sing a song called Let It Go from my album out now, which you can get right now on all digital platforms. It's called Let It Go. Let's have a listen. This is Adelaide Mackenzie, exclusively for The Scene on BBC Radio London, with me, Jasmine Dotiwala, on a Thursday night. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Counting the moments that I feel good deep inside. Inspired by you people, you have blessed me in my life. I like the way you smile and the time you take to show you appreciate this joy in unity that we should not take for granted. This moment that we're breathing in this hour, defining who we are in this journey we transpire, living intelligence when we're equal in our eyes, children of internet when we're social in disguise. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I ain't playing, no. Let it go and let the beat just get to you. Let the beat just get to you. You are the best at being you. You got good, good. You. It go, it go, it go, it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let them know so much inside of you. Do what you got to do. Let it go. You gotta let them know, no, 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 no. Let it go. Let it go. You laugh longer when you let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You got to let it go. All of the energy and negativity, don't make the bad mind touch you and me. Just let it go. Let the beat get to you. Yeah, and let the beat just get to you. Let them know you are the best. You are the best. Good. Let out all the frustrations. Go, 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 go. Let the beat get to you. Let the beat get to you. Let the beat bless your soul. Let the beat bless your soul. Let the beat get to you. Let the beat let them know. Let the beat let them know. Yeah, let it go. Let every frustration go. No one can be the best at being you and you and you and you. And let the beat just get to you. Bless her.
Adelaide Mackenzie,
yes.
exclusively for the scene. We love that.
Thank
That
you.
was like a party up in here. I
is.
can totally imagine what it's like when you are doing your live gigs with your crew.
You know, I'm going to be with the Mac Band on the 21st of March at the Hideaway, so it's going to be so awesome. And Mark A. Crawford, I want to big him up for believing in me as well, because he played the track and I was just like, and I was like, I want to get some words for that, and he was like, no, leave it. And I just believe in that track. Sometimes we carry so much.
And you're supporting two other big names
Yes.
this year. Tell us about that.
I'm
What
gonna be
dates are they? Where are they?
Tidra Moses. And that's going to be on the 23rd of February at Jazz Cafe. I only have a few tickets left, so people check me out on my social media for that. It's all sold out, but I have a few for the selective blessed few. And then I'm also doing Tidra Moses in Manchester on the 28th of February, so you can check that out and get tickets. And on the 29th of February, we're in Birmingham. So that's going to be awesome as well. So you're going to get some great vibes as well. And then I'm doing Marcia Griffiths. Wow, what a legend that lady is, you know. So that's going to be on the 5th and the 6th at Hideaway with Marcia. That's sold out. And on the 7th, it'll be at Hailing Island. So
there is a lot of stuff out there. Check out Adelaide Mackenzie on her social media platforms, which are
Adelaide Mac, which is the Twitter, and then you've got Adelaide_Mackenzie, which is the Instagram, and then you've got Adelaide Ruach, which is the YouTube, and yes, and also you got the Facebook, which is Adelaide Mackenzie Singer Songwriter Host.
Oh, before you run out, I want to ask you a question. So obviously there's a lot of your music that's steeped in gospel and religion and church.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I was thinking about today was, what have artists from the grime scene brought back to God and the church? Because it feels like lots of names like Stormzy, Governor B, Novelist, Kanye West, I know he's not grime, but you know, they're always talking about God, religion, church. Stormzy's got Blinded by Your Grace. What has an artist like Stormzy done for religion by openly singing and rapping and speaking about his faith? Have you noticed a difference?
Yeah, I've noticed a difference because, you know, England isn't easy, you know. You wake up in the morning, it's dark, it's, you know, it's dreary. You need something, you need some higher power to connect to, so that you're waking up in the morning, you're saying, thankful I'm alive. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in all over the world where we can be scared and fearful. And I think it's really great that someone like Stormzy can really tap into his roots and his faith, because I see it more as a relationship rather than a religion, that when you're actually talking to someone that you can't see, that people can't hear, but you know what, when the wind ready to move, it moved the door. So you can't see the wind, but you know it can move. So that's the real deal. Like, the spirit is real, and I think it's really great that these artists are connecting back. And one thing is, that's a thread through our culture, through African culture, Jamaican, Caribbean, and lots of different cultures, is prayer. And no one can take away your relationship and your belief that you have in prayer. And I feel that the prayers have become melodies and psalms, and that are coming through the music.
Absolutely.
You know, so let everything
whether
that
it's
has
religious
breath,
prayer or spirituality or mindfulness these days, everyone seems to have that as a part of them. Thank you so much, Adelaide Mackenzie, for coming in. Thank you to Andrew on guitar. Thank you to the backing vocalists. Tell us what their names are, Gloria and...
We got Gloria, Irene, myself, and Andrew Smith on the guitar.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Adelaide Mackenzie, if you're new. And if you want to hear and see any more of Adelaide, connect with her on our Facebook page. We'll grab a quick another performance out there, and we'll have it exclusively on our Facebook page later or something. Our next guest is coming up in a moment. Her name is Aruba Red, and this is Butterfly by her. Let's take a listen to her before we meet her.